Yes, Brian. I am going to be talking about what we were talking about. We're going to get into a little bit of the highlights and lowlights of the ball last night from, you know, the internet point of view of people who were watching it on live. We're going to get into that a little bit. We're going to get into a small snafu situation that happened last night. We're going to get into some things today. There are many people that might not like it. However, the way ballroom is set up, honey, that's kind of like the way it goes. I got to get something to get. It's hot in here. You know, I got to have my prayer cloth, my holy cloth, honey, because I get real excited when I talk and stuff. So. It's crazy. Okay, first off, I want to congratulate the House of Icon on the 20-year anniversary. Congratulations. I saw a lot of faces that I haven't seen. Yeah. Thank you, J-Rock. Before I get into the ball, there is a house member of mine that is missing. Her name is Axel Prodigy. Her picture is posted and has been posted on the internet for the past 2 weeks. She is missing. If you have seen her, then please let someone know. I'm pretty sure that the profile is out there who you can get in contact with if you've seen her. I'm not sure how long. Somebody let me know how long that she's been missing. But she is missing. So please, if anybody out there has seen her or has any information about Axel Prodigy, please let somebody know. What's going on, cousin? I love you. Did my live freeze? I'm getting notifications that my live is freezing. See, this is bullshit. Oh, wait a minute. I might have to turn this off. Hold on. All right. I turned the music down, turned it off. It should be fine now. Yeah. What's going on, Dennis? Hi, everybody. What is going on? Y'all know I am painted. I do not. It gets so hot in here. You know what? Let me stop complaining, honey, and turn on this air. I hope y'all can still hear me with the air on. But it's hot. Nataki, what's going on? Goodbye. We ain't even doing that. We're not even doing that. This is not for that. It's crazy, honey. It's all types of clients on here and everything, bitch. And they want to wait until I get on live, bitch, to start talking about, oh, yeah, you're sexy and da-da-da. Bitch, when I'm not on live, bitch, they don't freaking inbox me, bitch, and let me know what the fuck is going on. They don't do that. Like, bitch, come on. This is not about that. Like, for real. Go somewhere else with all that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what, honey. I don't know why it got hot all of a sudden. Whew, I got the air on. Okay. Let's find Axel Prodigy, please. Now I'm going to continue with this. Congratulations to the House of Icon. In 20 years, I saw a lot of faces that I haven't seen like in forever. It was really good seeing Sabrina and Ashley and everybody, even Mika and everybody online. It gave me like a sense of nostalgia. It was one of the most like, oh my gosh, like when they told me that it was like a whole downstairs with people watching the ball, I'm like, wow, there was like a lot of people there. There was like a lot of people there. It was crowded. You know, let me see. There was a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the highlights for me was Runway last night. Runway was very hot. For me last night, I really got my life off of Butch Queen Runway. I forget how the category was set up, but it was something about t-shirt and jeans with something printed on it. I think it was like maybe like a legendary or icon on your shirt. Because I saw Mariah on somebody's shirt, and a few other people. But yeah, so that was definitely a highlight for me. Vogue Femme was also a highlight for me. I wish I was able to go too. It's like, for me, it just doesn't excite me how it did. Like, now, like the Icon Ball, how it was set up last night, is kind of how balls were kind of set up back in the day. Like, bitch, balls were freaking packed. And Butch Queen Phase, Schoolboy, they put the whole freaking desk out with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch on the freaking... Oh, bitch, that was over. That was over. That was the type of shit that that I'm used to. Like, I saw a lot of creativity for 2020, and I was very, very pleased with a lot of the creativity that that I saw at the ball last night. Let me see, who else? Sabrina, I love you. Yes, that desk, honey. Sabrina, I love you so much. You look gorgeous. It was great seeing Ashley. She looked amazing. Nicole, you also looked amazing. It was great seeing my girls out there doing their thing. Just letting everybody know that, honey, they are still there. Monique, shout out to you. Congratulations to Alexis for becoming mother of Philadelphia for the House of Balenciaga. And you would think that the way that I'm talking that I was there, but I was not even there. I was watching it with the rest of America, honey, on the live. See, I just can't. I just can't. Like for me, it's more for about this generation that's out now to just be visible, be heard, get out there, make their name and all of that. For me, it's, I've done that for in excess of 25 years. You know what I mean? Prince says they started off hot this year, 2020. Yes, I agree. I agree. It definitely set the standard. It definitely set the standard. As far as being packed. Now the only thing that I would have liked to have seen a lot more of is less chaos. That's one thing about the balls back in the day. You had all them people, but through different channels, and the people, the master of ceremonies, they're in control of controlling the crowd. That's no shade to nobody or anything like that, but I'm just making a making a comparison about how it was back then and how it is now. Like, bitch, you had control, you know what I mean? And then again, too, people had a lot more fucking sense. You know what I mean, too. Just the respect for the runway. Like, bitch, there was this big area, bitch, that you was not allowed to even cross. Bitch, all that freaking crowd in the runway, bitch, with your motherfucking phone all in it, bitch, and you can't even see the runway, bitch. None of that shit happening. Wasn't Princess, I know I'm ready to hit the floor. Hit the floor. That's what's up. Hit the floor. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like, you didn't have all of that. There was a lot more control. There was a lot more control. Shout out to Champagne. I missed you. I missed when you came out. I'm completely over it. That I missed that. Let me say what else. So, yeah, I mean, it was definitely a shout out to Pampers, basically who filmed the ball over on Instagram. The lives on Facebook were cutting up. We're cutting the mustard. Shout out to Andre for doing the best that you could with the lives on Facebook. Shout out to Pampers for filming. We got to see the majority of the ball and everything. So that was really, really, really nice. And, on behalf of the internet, we thank you. Because, baby, we sure didn't know how we was going to be able to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Then it says femme queen battles going on and people walking right through them. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and that's with a lot of people, like people just walking on through on by, and then the judges complain that they can't see, bitch. That's why. That's why they can't see, bitch. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a little better last night because the judges were, you know, like on top of this stage, or, you know, on top of the platform, like looking down, so they were able to see a lot better. But bitch, you got just people just walking across, bitch. Somebody has a production, just walk. Oh, la 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 la. I'm so fab, and let me just pump on through here. You know what I mean? While all this is going on, you know what I mean? There's no respect for the runway no more. You know what I mean? It's just not. Hi, Nia. What's going on and stuff? What is going on? What is going on? I'm about to get to my topic, my other topic for what's going on. I love the people. I'm about to get to the topic at hand. It's a lot. I got on my skirt today. I'm feeling it because it's nice out. I'm about to get to it because we need to have some type of, like, ballroom is just so big. Everybody knows that ballroom is massive. It's big, the whole thing. But we have to have some type of sense in the way that the way that we do things as a ballroom community. Especially now that we have, you know, even bigger than before, an entire microscope on our whole community. Watching everything that we do within our community. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that, you know, we no longer can, like, do things like how we used to do them when it comes to certain things. Okay? I want to make a disclaimer. I want to make a disclaimer before I get into this, that I love all the girls and all the girls are cunt. However, there comes a point in time that we must be real about different situations. You know what I mean? That's what there comes a point in time where we have to be real about certain situations. There was a particular incident that happened last night with someone who I love very, 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 very dearly. Very, very dearly. What's going on, Kyle? Very, very dearly. You see I'm getting ready to light this cigarette, honey. With someone that I love very, 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 very dearly. However, and mind you, this particular situation applies to actually several people in the scene who have kind of like changed the way they live their lives and stuff like that. And, you know, in doing that, whether people know it or not, it does affect your ballroom, like, criteria or status or whatever. It does. Now, whether it affects you positively or negatively, that would be up to the individual. Hey, Omar, what's going on? What's going on, Brandon? So, okay. Someone who is very near and dear to my heart was questioned about their legendary status last night. And it was due to the fact that how they achieved their legendary status, they weren't you know, they weren't basically in transition. The person walks a drag's performance, and you know, this person has been very vocal about, you know, how he feels and everything about the situation. And to a point, I do agree with him. However, with ballroom, it's a totally different dynamic. We all know that there's politics and everything that are involved in ballroom. Everybody wants to apply something to one thing and then not apply it to something else. That's why we need to grab the reins of our community. And if we are going to apply something to one person, it needs to be applied to everybody. First and foremost, before I get into this. It can't be like certain situations applied to certain people. It cannot be like that. Our community has, as far as ballroom, has so much of a microscope on it as it is. It does. So, with that being said, you know, this person wanted to walk legendary Butch Queen Vogue Femme last night and was given problems because of, you know, they achieved their legendary status in drags. I love everybody dearly. I'm just going to give an example. Before I get into that, I'm going to give an example. I'm an icon for Femme Queen performance. I decided to detransition and walk Vogue Femme. I am not an icon for Vogue Femme. I might have, you know, a little bit more leeway than most because I walk performance. However, for that particular category, I'm not going to be looked at with the same eyes. If I walk Femme Queen performance, I decide to walk Femme Queen face. Still a Femme Queen, but I walk Femme Queen face. I am not an icon for Femme Queen face. It's unfortunate, but that award up there that I have on my thing that I was given for icon acknowledgement is just for Femme Queen performance. If I decide to walk anything else, bitch, I gotta start from scratch. Bitch, if I come out there for Sex Siren, Lord knows, bitch, I don't feel like I'm nobody's motherfucking sexy. But if I decide to go out there for Femme Queen Sex Siren, they're not gonna call me an icon for that. They're gonna be like, oh, we got Niambi Prodigy for Femme Queen Sex Siren. That is what it, you know what I mean? That is, you know, it's unfortunate that it doesn't carry over. You know what I mean? And you feel like that you have to, you know, start from scratch. But in this case, this particular person has been punishing, you know, Butch Queen Vogue Femme just as much as drags. However, Ballroom does not recognize him for that. It's unfortunate, but that you know, that's, you know, basically what it is. You know what I mean? They acknowledged his drags performance before his Butch Queen Vogue Femme. A lot of people think that these two categories are intertwined, and they are not. That is why I'm a big advocate for always separating categories. We're always trying to mesh all these categories together with the letters OTA. And it creates an issue. Just like the one that happened last night. It creates an issue. I know I got comments down here. What's going on, Amira? I'm sorry, I gotta scroll down. Yes, Greg, yes. They let certain girls get away with that all the time. They do, and that is the problem. That is the main reason why I wanted to have this dialogue with y'all. Because they do. They do. There's a lot of instances where they let that shit go due to open to all. Open to all, it should be something they have like open to all categories within the ball. Open to all categories should not be the whole entire ball. I'm sorry. That's just the way. Like, if today or tomorrow I decide to throw a function, bitch, there's not going to be no open to all categories, bitch, at all. None. Kai says, well, sis, that scenario is a bit extreme from Femme Queen to Butch Queen, but if you go to Butch Queen, from Butch Queen and Drags to Femme Queen, I don't think that there is a difference. Now, if you walk a totally different category, that's a no-brainer. Yeah, if you go from Butch Queen and Drags to Femme Queen, it's no shade, Kai, but those are, it's two totally different categories. You have Butch Queen and Drags and Femme Queens together, and women. Together, they make female figure when you use open to all. But if you separate them how it was in the beginning with female figure categories, they are all different. Butch Queen and Drag's realness is not the same as Femme Queen realness. It's not. It's not. You know what I mean? Women's performance is not the same as Femme Queen performance. They get judged differently. I cannot judge a femme queen and a woman. Like, if there's a femme queen voguing in front of me and a woman voguing in front of me, that it's no shade. That femme queen is going to exude certain advantages over that woman. Except in very, very limited special circumstances. That woman has to work 5 times as hard to beat that femme queen. What's going on, Adrian? Hi, everybody that's coming in. What's going on, Brian? Shout out to Samantha James, bitch. She had me rolling on that live on Instagram. Shout out to her. It's you that thinks about those things. Bitch, I hope I don't gotta pay you for saying that. Okay. I hope I do not have to pay you for saying that, bitch. Claudia says they call open to all legendary performance and legendary drags performance walk as butch queens. Right. See that, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I mean? In those circumstances where open to all is used, it kind of like muddies the waters to me. Ty says, hey sis, that live tried me last night. Yes. Right, that Kai, that is my point. That is something that I have been advocating for like ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay, like, to have, you know, a few, like, isolated open to all categories. Mainly for those who don't fit in that mold. Like, for those who don't fit in that drags mold or femme queen mold, or like people that are in between or whatever. Open to all, yeah, that's fine. Or open to all legendary performance when you want to see boys battle the girls, battle, you know, drags battle women. That's fine. But but people are having whole entire balls with open to all categories, and that is why we have these mix-ups as far as status and what category, especially that people that walk multiple categories or in and out of drag or whatever. That's where the confusion is. That's where the confusion is. Amir says, talk about she about to ride. Bitch, she put up a status talk about, bitch, that she was looking for some butch queen to yak or something. I don't know, bitch. We'll talk about it later. But she was a key. Now that I agree with Kyle. Kyle says they need to judge the women like they judge the butch queens and femme queens so they can get better. I agree. You know what I mean? Now, the thing about it is, like, when you have, you know, someone like, you know, a butch queen vogue femme or a femme queen versus a woman, like, that woman could be voguing her ass off. But the butch queen and femme queen are going to exude more experience. More experience, more fucking confidence, bitch, everything. And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. You know what I mean? If a woman is battling a woman, bitch, there's a clear winner. You can clearly see out of both of them who is voguing better. Why do they keep up that open to all garbage? I don't know. I don't know. I think it complicates a lot of shit. Amira says, how we all end up on IG though. Okay, that freaking live was popping. It was popping. Adrian says, let's get back to real categories. Yeah. Like, I agree. I think in order to progress, we need to kind of, in a sense, ballroom needs to, in a sense, go back to the basics. And then evolve from there. Like, have a whole entire revamp and be reprogrammed. Then you won't have all of this confusion. What's the question, Amira? Do you think the energy wasn't there during Grand March because it was the middle of the ball instead of the beginning? What I do think, as far as like the crowd goes, I do think that the Grand March was very, very, as far as the crowd, like participation and cheering. Like, They needed to keep that energy up the whole entire Grand March. You know what I mean? In the beginning, it was very, 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 like, blah. Okay, icon. And then when all of the fucking heavy hitters started coming out, everybody wanted to crowd the runway, start throwing shit, and, you know, no. It's not just that one particular part of the house that has the 20th year anniversary. It's the whole entire house. So keep that fucking same energy throughout. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Just keep the energy going throughout. I mean, yeah, normally, you know, conventionally, grand marches are in the beginning of the ball, but hey, I'm pretty sure that they just wanted to get started. They just wanted to get started, get everything under the way, and just have it in the middle, and then, you know, have the second half. But yeah, congratulations to them though. 20 years is a big thing in ballroom, and to be out and still relevant and have freaking members walking, you know what I mean? Half of these houses don't even freaking last 2-3 years. You know what I mean? A lot of them just don't. They just don't. They don't last. You know what I mean? And are still relevant today. Oh my God. Okay, hold on, Nia. You got a question. Hold on. Nia says, how do you feel about butch queens who beat femme queen girls in realness, especially when femme queens invest in their transition and lose because of politics? Because it's due to those 3 letters that I was talking about earlier. Open to all. You know what I mean? When you have open to all, you know what I mean? It kind of broadens the reason of why judges pick people over certain people in the first place. You know what I mean? I have a butch queen who's real. I have a femme queen who's real. How am I, if they're both real, bitch, how am I supposed to know? So then, you know, how am I supposed to pick? But then I break it down through preference. People are picking the butch queen because, oh, he might look more attractive. You know what I mean? People might pick the femme queen because, you know what I mean? It heightens the reason that you pick people based off of politics. Kyle says, same thing for face. Femme queens always win. Now, see, femme queens and butch queens would always win if you were freaking judging butch queen face and fucking femme queen face instead of meshing them together. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Open to all needs to go. Fucking female figure needs to go. Like, all that shit to try to abbreviate people's fucking talent needs to go. It needs to go. It needs to go. Stop using the abbreviation FF. It's not fucking the female figure. What the fuck is that? Like, stop it. Like, there's no need. Like, you know what I mean? Just freaking have the fucking categories. If you don't want to have the categories at your ball, don't have them. Don't have them. Instead of freaking meshing everybody together like that. Brandon says, how did you feel about Legendary performance? Because it was not too bad. But I was thinking some parts, how well these will get through in what they learned and earned. Well, it depends. Now, I saw Legendary performance last night for the Femme Queens, and I'm actually upset that my shirt didn't get here in time, that I was able to go. But I really, really, really wanted to go and should have still paid it and went. I would have had a good time and some nice, healthy competition to go along with that. I wish I would have went. But as far as Butch Queen Vogue Femme Legendary performance, it was kind of confusing to me a little bit. Basically, how the category was written, it was kind of confusing because they had it basically listed like the eras. I forget how they had it. It was like 91 to 90 this, and then 2000 to 2000 and this. First of all, on the flyer it said 2016 to 2020, and then 2000 something to 2015. First of all, if you come out in 2015, there should be no way that you are legendary at all. by coming out and walking the category in 2015, you should not be legendary. No way. Bitch, that's 4 years. Almost 5, because we're in 2020. No way. Absolutely not. 16 to 20, how are you legendary? 2016 to 2020, how in the fuck are you legendary? You know how? You're not. Wasting all these moments to battle drags. I don't think so. And the thing about it is, that was one of the main reasons why I stopped walking and competing, is because everything is so open to all now. Is that, bitch, I'm voguing. Like, in 2012, I walked the Dorian Corey Awards Ball in Philadelphia, and it was open to all, legendary performance in all black. I'm sure many of you have seen the clip. Me, Yanni, and Shadira, and Mercedes came out in all black. We all had red ties on, and the whole thing. You know, we all walked or whatever, and then they started, like, you know, breaking it down, you know, for the battles or whatever. I started battling, and stuff like that. But then I started battling Butch Queens, and as soon as that started happening, that element started happening with that open to all and me battling them, it started to become a thing where, you know, it's now assassinating femininity. Bitch, I got hit in the face twice. You know what I mean? I got kicked. I had a skirt on. I got kicked in the freaking skirt. You know what I mean? All dirt all over my skirt while I'm sitting there freaking trying to vogue and battle and have a healthy fucking battle. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, that's why I just think that open to all shit's gotta go. Claudia says, how do I feel about legendary or iconic people walking their house members on the floor for legendary categories when they were never acknowledged as legends in the first place? How do I feel about legendary or iconic people walking their members on the floor for legendary categories when they were never officially acknowledged as a legend in the first place? I'll wait. I don't know who that pertains to, but people walking people out has been happening, you know, from people who are up and coming legendary all the way up to pioneer. People have walked people out, you know what I mean, for categories. I don't know why they do it. Maybe they do it for influence. I mean, I don't know, but that's been happening like forever. Yes, Shay, nice, healthy competition. You know, that's all I come to do. Bitch, all that freaking honey body slamming and throwing people across the runway and shit, bitch, I ain't got time for that. Honey, Kelly treated me right. You know what I mean? My doctor treated me right. Like, bitch. You know, my Dr. Adam here for the Moans treated me right, bitch. I can't be destroying all that. Nia says, Butch Queens have more privilege than any other identity because they are fuckable. And most times, every other identity is unsexy, which is not right. I kind of agree with you there, but to play devil's advocate for a second, the reason why ballroom is predominantly run by Butch Queens now is because femme queens, trans women, drags, all of that, we're not available. We're not available and visible. So if we're not available and visible, naturally they are going to keep ballroom going. That's just how that is. You know what I mean? The thing about it is the way that we, you know, take the reins back of ballroom as being the you know, the dominant force within ballroom is being visible. We're not visible. We're too busy living stealth. We're not involved in ballroom. First things that we say is we don't need ballroom for nothing. We live 24 hours, you know, and our realness is in the streets. It's not in ballroom. We don't like to participate in ballroom. So that is why it's predominantly run by, you know, the BQs. They do it so their house member doesn't get chopped. Yeah, influence. If certain people walk you out, judges get afraid to chop you. I agree. I agree. What's going on, Melinda? My sister just came in here. Hi. Yeah, so the way, yeah, the way we do that is to actually be visible, bitch, in packs, bitch, go to balls, no matter what a house affiliation you have, as long as they see a great deal of trans women there, you know what I mean, the respect will start coming back slowly but surely for us. But if we're not, if we're not there and visible, then it's going to continue to be run how it's run. Which I'm not saying is a good or a bad thing, but that's all. That's all. But yeah, congratulations to them on their 20 years, and it's just have to be. Queen Celeste says, that's no shade. You'll always see more male figures than female. That's right. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us get to a certain point in our lives and we get over it. Like, we get over it. We get over all of the freaking shade. We get over all of the freaking bullshit. When you get to a certain point in ballroom, it's like you're looked at differently. Like, if you start off as a butch queen and you gradually transition, you're still looked at with respect once you go in drags, even though, they might like frown on it a little bit. But bitch, when you transition into femme queen, bitch, that's when you start seeing the majority of your shade. And then if you get an SRS, bitch, forget about it, bitch. It's like you're ousted. It's like you're not even there. And it's unfortunate that's how ballroom is now. What's going on, Gigi? No shade. It's not too much the politics no more. It's how your house see you and put energy being you. Well, you know what I mean? Support is a big thing. You know what I mean? That's why I've always prided myself in being in houses that have backed me and supported me. You know what I mean? Even though they don't have to freaking back me and support me off the floor. You know what I mean? That's not their obligation. But bitch, when I go to a fucking function, bitch, you're yelling for me, you're cheering for me, you're supporting me. Bitch, if they're not doing that, then you're in the fucking wrong house. It's no shade. When I was at Ebony, they did it. You know what I mean? And now as a Prodigy, they've done it. They've done it. The whole fucking 17 years I've been there. But, you know what I'm saying? We can all talk about how, we want ballroom to change, but it takes more than one person to do it. It takes more than one person to do it. But like I said, if I ever decide to have a ball today or tomorrow, that freaking open to all is cut. Like, bitch, no. For what? For what? That the trans men, bitch, bitch, I don't see nearly no balls, bitch, none, nearly none, bitch, have fucking male figure fucking categories, where they have the trans men and the butch queens. Now, I'm not saying that they've never done it, but not nearly as much as they do the fucking female figures. Bitch, trans men have their own categories, and butch queens have their own categories. So why in the fuck can't it be the same thing for the women and the femme queens and the butch queen and drags? I'll wait. It creates confusion. It creates confusion. I spoke your mind, Nia. Yeah, I mean, it's something that does not happen, or very, very, very rarely happen. Very, very, very rarely does that happen. But yeah, it's just You know, but, you know, I do applaud the individual for going out and being like, you know, yes, I'm fucking legendary and what? You know what I mean? And you can't be mad at that because that freaking shit happens nearly every ball when someone is feeling like they are in a legendary position and they have legendary whatever, they fucking come out and fucking walk it. If they get fucking tens, they got it. I don't know who came up with that, but that was something that was happening for a while. I've seen it happen in DC a couple times. I've seen it happen in a lot of balls a couple times. If the person wasn't legendary, they get tens for legendary performance. Boom. There you have it. Right. That has a lot to do with it, Nia. Yes. That has a lot to do with it. Yes, they want to have the trans men. Yes. Brandon says the dynamics has to change and it also creates animosity and a problem sometimes to a degree. Yeah, because it causes so much fucking confusion. It causes so much confusion. If you haven't yet, share this live. Share LearnYourHistory.net, the website, and share the Learn Your History Facebook page. Plenty of knowledge, plenty of information. Join the Ballroom Worldwide group. There's all different like resources where you can get your dose of ballroom history and everything that has to do with ballroom. You know what I mean? You know, I just own the Learn Your History shit. But y'all more than welcome to, you know, to join other things and other avenues just to get your dose of education on ballroom. Kyle says, my mother said there was no demons in the 90s. No, there wasn't. And I never, like, in going to balls, it was either you were legendary or you weren't. When I was going to balls, like, as a kid. You know what I mean? Seeing the likes of Octavia come out and Evie come out and all these wonderful, gorgeous trans women that were legends when I came out. It was either you were legendary or you weren't. And it wasn't until 2000 that I was acknowledged. Like, there was like all these ceremonies and all of this freaking bullshit that they're doing now. Bitch, they didn't fucking do that shit back then. They didn't do that shit back then. Hell no. I don't even want to call it a freaking demon. It was just this one night where I was freaking feeling it. And Mariah Revlon was commentating back then, bitch, and when I hit the back of that runway, you know what I mean, she gave grade of freaking legendary. Well, it was before her transition, but she was still involved in ballroom. And he gave the grade of legendary Niambi fucking Ebony. And it was from then, from 2000, that's how what I was known as. You know what I mean? It wasn't this big thing, bitch, where you get a freaking plaque and, you know what I mean? Like, bitch, where's my fucking plaque? You know what I'm saying? You didn't get no plaque. Bitch, you didn't get none of that, bitch. You got the acknowledgement, bitch, and that was enough for back then. You know what I mean? That was it, bitch. It was the acknowledgement. You know what I mean? All these freaking little grab bags and goodie bags, bitch, that they give you, bitch, with your fucking plaque, bitch. And you could be like, yes, and post it on my social media like, bitch, yes, I'm legendary now, bitch. No, it wasn't none of that. It was none of that. And now everybody is just like, so like gung-ho for it, believe me. Once you are acknowledged as legendary, whatever, that's when it truly begins. Because I walked balls 16 years before I was acknowledged as an icon. 16. And it took 8 for me to become a legend. For people to start acknowledging me as that. Not to mention, bitch, bitch, don't nobody want to talk about your freaking naughty days. Bitch, my naughty days, bitch, from 92 to motherfucking 95. Bitch, they wasn't studying me. All this shit that these accolades and shit that I'm getting now, bitch, they were shady. Bitch, they were Judy. They were Judy. And you think these motherfucking judges is shady now, bitch? Y'all have no idea on what shade is. Because, bitch, I grew up with the likes of fucking RR, fucking Stewart, bitch, Patrick, bitch, all these, bitch, Cabbage, bitch, all these people on these motherfucking panels, bitch, and it didn't matter if I was a member of their house or not. How about that? It did not matter if I was a member of their house or not, bitch. If they did not see it for you coming down that runway, whether you were their house member or not, bitch, you were sent on your way. You were sent on your motherfucking way, bitch. Why? What's going on? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Nia says, no shade, I'm enjoying learning my craft and running mucks. Yeah. Yes, honey. They would send you on your way, bitch. And bitch, all that freaking approaching the panel, bitch, and would dare you. Bitch, and would double D dog dare you, bitch. To approach that panel, bitch. Bitch, not only were you out the house, but bitch, you was getting an ass whooping that night after the ball. After the ball. Not during the ball. After the ball. You know, like I said, like there's the respect is just so lackluster. Everybody is just doing, even though I'm not saying that ballroom was perfect back in the day, bitch, but it had some type of running order. It wasn't total fucking chaos. It was not total fucking chaos. Because you had people that had respect for what ballroom is as a whole, for the judges, the runway, for the commentator. They wasn't running up to the commentator saying, oh, can you call me and my 4 girlfriends out for LSS? No, bitch, when you're not an L, an S, neither, or an S, what the fuck you getting called out for? Bitch, you ain't near not one of them letters. Ciao. I don't get it. And as much as I love ballroom, I just watch it from afar. I watch it from afar because, number one, honey, baby, be ready to tear it up, honey, outside of that fucking venue. Be ready to tear it. Yes. You know, so I mean, I don't know what I'm not the one that has all the answers. I mean, yes. Oh my gosh, let me read this comment. Nia says, today people hate structure. Yes, I agree. Because people seem to think, especially these days, they seem to think that structure equals control or having control over me. Bitch, no, we just don't want chaos. The point that I knew that ballroom was done and over with, bitch, is when I watched that motherfucking video. Bitch, I think it was in one of the Carolinas, bitch, where somebody threw a motherfucking table and the bitch caught it or something like that, bitch. Bitch, I was like, oh no. And then I thought it couldn't get any worse. Then, bitch, somebody breaks the table last year. And then I'm just like, girl. Brandon says, very fierce to Hayas, the reading you down in your face and being completely humiliated and self-esteem destroyed. The warriors of the mainstream scene, then, culture. The culture and ideals has wanted, also the entitlements and arrogance was crazy. Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is, honey, what did you have if you didn't have your motherfucking delusion of grandeur, bitch? What did you have if you didn't have that? Red says, and it went viral. Yeah, it did. Yeah, the motherfucking chair throw, bitch, and she fucking slaps it away. I'm like, bitch, look at all this. I'm like, look at all this. I'm like, look at all this. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. Wait, Claudia, what'd you say? Claudia says, did you see the commentator's mic with that long cord? He looked like the host in the 70s version of the Match Game. I'ma fuck you up. Bitch, that still come on too. On buzzer. Rob says, I watch the balls on live and they look fun, but they can be a bit chaotic nowadays. And I see the flyer and get so fucking hyped. I get so hyped on walking balls and be like, bitch, I want to go. Or I like that category. I really want to go. Nisi, what's going on? You know, I really want to walk that category. I want to do it. You know, I want to do it, bitch. And then it gets there, and then I watch it on live, and I'm always like, I'm glad I didn't go. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's a lot. You know, especially for the women. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, there's no appreciation about how much it takes a femme queen to get ready for one of these things, bitch. You know what I mean? Y'all always screaming motherfucking, y'all always screaming go out and motherfucking get a job, bitch. But yet y'all want to charge $40, bitch, to get in a fucking get in a fucking ball, bitch. $500, $1,000 for a fucking table, hair, nails, freaking outfit, something to fucking walk in, freaking, you know. If you don't have a car, bitch, a way to get there and get back, like, bitch. Where y'all think it's coming from? For them femme queens, bitch, that can't just go out and get a job. Where's it coming from? And for those that don't have access to sugar daddy coins, where's it coming from? You know, yeah, it's like it's us, and nobody, bitch, and then to get to the motherfucking ball after bitch, and then get to a ball after spending all them motherfucking coins, bitch, and want to freaking offer, bitch, $100, $200 for a fucking category. Bitch, it fucking takes, bitch, a good $500, $1,000, or even more, bitch, when you're freaking wearing the fucking labels and shit, bitch, to get it together to freaking come to a function, bitch, for what? And I love ballroom. I'm not talking down to it or nothing. I love it. It's something that has freaking dominated my fucking childhood. But bitch, you know, which so a lot of these organizations, bitch, would sponsor motherfucking femme queens to go to functions, bitch. Then it'd be something different. Yeah. Yeah. It is too much. It is too much. And I realized after 25 years, bitch, that it was too much for me. Yes. Kyle says, it's a lot. People go broke doing all these weekends, then be inboxing people begging them for money. Bitch. If you didn't just hit that on the head, honey. If you didn't just hit that on the head. Priorities. Priorities. And people used to read me about my looks and everything back in the day. But bitch, my shit was always paid though. Bitch, when I was motherfucking cleaning people's floors, bitch, rolling around on them, bitch, my freaking shit was always paid. Bitch, ballroom always became secondary. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. I didn't have it neither. Y'all, I didn't have it. I didn't have it. Like I didn't have it neither. Like, and people like when people interact with me on Facebook. I'm going to say this on live, but when people interact with me on Facebook, people seem to think that I still live in Philadelphia. I don't live in Philly anymore. Where I'm at now, I've been here 10 years. So, you know what I mean? So when they have balls at these different places, bitch, I have to travel to get there and travel to get back. I am, you know, I'm a homebody now, bitch. There used to be a time, bitch, where I would rip and run, bitch, and be here, there, everywhere. Bitch, Connecticut, bitch, Detroit, Atlanta, bitch, everywhere. But, bitch, now, bitch, I'm a homebody, bitch. I live in the middle of freaking Amish country, bitch. Where the fuck am I going? Without me freaking planning for that shit way in advance. And I'm doing business for myself now. So, bitch, it's not like I got a freaking naked motherfucking assistant, bitch, with bulging biceps, bitch. A motherfucking butch queen with little motherfucking tighty whities on, bitch, to do shit for me. I gotta do this shit myself. So, it's a lot for me to, you know, for me to participate, you know, still in ballroom and juggle everything. Honey, I have no balance when it comes to that anymore. Kyle says they stopped Craft Heavy in 2009, so it ain't how it used to be. Yes, because honey, I was a part of that freaking part of that clique too. Bitch, I was balancing everything. Bitch, sex work, craft, bitch, I could juggle it all. That's how I was able to freaking go to a lot of these freaking functions independently, without having to depend on nobody for shit. They got everybody together that year in Atlanta. Brandon says, which is why I don't bother coming out if it's not meaningful or worth it. Like, you don't get me wrong, I like to support and see a grand ball, but I'd rather go to a mini ball or a cute lounge in the Kiki scene before I pay money, big money, to bullshit in the mainstream, if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do what works for you, but like, at this point of me spending all this time in ballroom, I would have to agree with you. I would have to agree with you in saying that those types of settings are, you know, oftentimes a little better. You know, even though I'm a little bit old to be in somebody's, you know, Kiki scene, but I'm sure a lot of the younger people would like seeing me there. Kyle says, I think some people have the fear of missing out. I see some of the same people at all these functions and they be struggling and trying to front like they not. What's going on, Dwaris? I'll be looking at your lives, Niecy. Letting everybody have it. And don't worry, honey. I will be. I watches your lives for a reason. I watches your lives to make sure that the people that you are around are genuine. Okay, honey, don't trip. You know, when you see my name pop up, know that I'm there for a reason. I'm looking out for you. Vinny. At some point before I check up out of here, I want to check and put on my bucket list, I have to go to at least one international ball. And mind you, I can do that now. I've been on probation for like 2-3 years. So I can definitely go for my passport, honey, and go and, you know, and just go to at least one. Because, you know, it looks so great on... it looks so great on... I Love You Too. It looks so great when I look at it. So, you know, I definitely want to experience at least one international function. You know what I mean? In Vogue with the children. What's going on, Kanaya? Hi, Thomas. Hi, everybody that's coming in and stuff like that. This is Learn Your History. Usually it's on Thursdays, but I'm having it today because the icon ball was last night. And we are on here talking about it. Yeah, and if anybody is confused, the new criteria, well, it's not really new. It's new to y'all, but it's been in effect since 2007. The criteria, okay, the criteria for the whole, like, status, like, list. Star, statement, legend, icon. It's all posted. It's all on the internet. You know, there's a lot of politics surrounding that, being as though there hasn't been, you know, back in the day, they really didn't deem people. You know what I mean? I guess everybody had the sense enough to know, you know, what they did and what they contributed to the ballroom scene. So, you know, there wasn't that much, like, politics and arguing back and forth about who did what and when. Now, buy, you gotta book your flight to get a cheap price. Oh, I gotta do it in advance. Yeah, so, yeah, so, you know, there really wasn't that, there was no need for, like, the argumentative shit. Like, oh, well, this person, me and this person came out at the same time, therefore, this person just got deemed, so I should be deemed too. No, that is not how none of this works. Red says, the ball scene loves insanity. I left the scene in 2002 and the kids were talking about making the scene better when I was on my way out. And they are still screaming change, but nothing changes, right? But nothing changes. The scene is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, and they never get right. It is, and they never get it. It's insanity. I agree. I agree. And that's exactly what insanity is, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But I think that one of the main things and the reasons why shit went the way that they did is because a lot of our elder ladies in the scene had had enough and just left and just became stealth and not visible. You know what I mean? A lot of our mothers, a lot of our house mothers in the scene left the scene. You know what I mean? So now, in doing that, you have, you know, butch queen mothers and fathers now. You have the majority of houses have have a whole bunch of butch queens. You know what I mean? So what do you want? You know what I mean? That's how it's naturally going to be if all of the freaking femme queens leave the scene. That's how it's going to be. You know. Because, baby, when I came out in 92, baby, 92, there was freaking mothers everywhere. Oh, my gosh. My gay mother, Tanya. You had Renee Karan. You had Taffy Jadu. You know what I mean? You had Alyssa. You know what I mean? You had all of these people. Even Ashley, when she became a mother. You know what I mean? There was so much femme queen visibility in ballroom. You know what I mean? There was so much femme queen visibility in ballroom. Oh my gosh, who else did you have? That was in Philly. That was a mother. So many. There were so many that were active mothers in the scene. You know, but now not so much. Not so much. Because that femme queen mother created a balance. Dennis says the international balls look like they're gentrified but organized but too gentrified. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see a balance. What I do see is more respect. More respect for the venues, more respect for the commentator, more respect for the runway. That's what I see when I look at an international ballroom as opposed to our ballroom over here. It's much more respect, and when I look at it, I get that nostalgia on that is how ballroom over here used to be. Especially in places like Paris, London, Russia. You know, those, when I look at balls from these places, it's like, bitch, that is how, bitch, it used to be. Bitch, no matter if you were house affiliated with the person or not, you're still clapping for them and going up for them. You ready to go, Dennis? I'm scared. I'm most likely I will not be going by myself. Not that far. Like, I'll be scared to go by myself. Yes, balance. See, I have to live my life like that. I'm a Libra. I'm scales. I got to live my life balanced. You know what I mean? And whatever it is. So, yes, balance. 2020. Balance 2020. What's going on? Look, as soon as I said Libra, Libra popped in. What's going on, Romeo? I just spoke you up. Yes. Faye says, I'm just observing, sis. All I know is people always say the balls here be all over the place and not on time or not finishing all the categories. Yeah, it's a lot. You know, I do want to say, whoever's in Philadelphia, you're going to the aftermath of the Icon Ball. It's at 1336 Spring Garden Street. Fall up in there and have yourself some aftermath. American Ballroom is Iran and America. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so, you know, as far as ballroom goes, you know what I mean? What I really think would bring back ballroom is a lot more femme queen visibility. And not just any femme queen visibility, a lot more femme queen leadership visibility. Leadership visibility. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I see a few out there already that are definitely doing their thing. But, you know, as we saw last night with Alexis being now Mother Philadelphia, that's a perfect example. Femme Queen leadership visibility. Monique West, Femme Queen leadership visibility. This is what ballroom needs to get back on track. Femme Queen leadership visibility, being visible, and ballroom. And having leadership. That is what this is what needs to happen. And I really think, like with the ball last night, I really think that 2020 is the year for that. I really, really do. I really do. I really do think that 2020 is definitely the year to start showing our mothers some respect and them being visible. You know what I mean? Our mothers and leaders that are femme queens in this scene. Because it's been a good close to 14, 15 years that the men have been running it. Due to the lack of visibility with our trans women in positions of leadership. Once that happens, thank you. Once that happens, you'll start to see, some different results happen. You'll start to see some different results happen. Like, you know what I mean? And I noticed it here and there based on the ball last night. It started with how when Alexis came out and everybody was just embracing her and clapping for her and everything. Bitch, that is ballroom. Whether people like to believe it or not, femme queens, trans women, however you want to call it, bitch, we are ballroom. There's no denying it. So now all ballroom needs is for the femme queens to have more visibility to balance it out. Dennis, you just said Niambi is history. You trying to make me seem like a freaking dinosaur. Bitch, I ain't that old. I'm not that old. Yes, Lamel. Active leadership and not trophy mothers. Yes. Not being visible just to be fucking looked at. Right, but actively involved. It's none of our business what you do out of ballroom with your children. It's none of our business. But inside of ballroom, you know what I mean? If you're involved in your children's lives outside of ballroom, that's great. But inside of ballroom, like, be available and visible. You know what I mean? And not just, for trophy mothers. And not just to be a trophy mother. Alright, I gotta turn this air off now. Yeah. Nia says, then she gives me the knowledge and I go look at folks on YouTube, especially bring a femme queen of tomorrow in ballroom. Okay. Brandon says, and another ball. Wait a minute. And another ball will be happening there on the 20th. Oh, will be happening there on the 20th of this month. Also, I agree. How would you feel about the trans femme queen awareness balls? Because I know the one that I attended was not too bad, which it had the theme of mob wives. Yes. Yes, that was Erica's ball. I believe it was Erica, Bria, and I forget her name. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. But see, the thing about it is that it's you know, in a lot of instances it's tough for femme queens to do things together. But that was very successful. Yeah, but you know, we just have to get to a point to where there needs to be some type of femme queen leadership visibility within ballroom. Like, period. Like, across the board. With having a lot of these conversations. Even shout out to like Kai and J-Rock, who both have radio shows. Invite some femme queens of leadership on your shows. Like the ladies that I just mentioned, like Alexis and Monique and all of these women, these high-powered women in ballroom that actually have voices and, you know, and power and influence. That is how we bridge these gaps in ballroom. That's how you do it. Ballroom cannot be one-sided. Ballroom cannot be one-sided. And having a lot of these conversations. Faith says, I can't believe 2010 was 10 years ago. Where did the time go? Oh, I don't know. Hi, Janice. A says, not only be a trophy mother, but be a real mother, beneficial role model, and etc. Somebody that actually does it all. As a mother, walk from time to time, is etc. Yeah. Now, I agree with that. And that's one thing a lot of the mothers used to do back in the day. Bitch, they used to walk. They weren't there just to tell people what to fucking do, bitch. They walked. They walked. Multiple categories. See, this is my thing, too. Bitch, you're walking multiple categories. A mother was walking face and runway and labels and foot and eyewear and fucking, like, a performance sometimes for the Kiki. It wasn't her primary category. She was walking for the Kiki because everybody else was out there. You know what I mean? So that is a very, 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 very wonderful point, Ace, that you made. Because a mother has to walk. And a lot of times people want the position of mother, but bitch, they don't walk. They don't walk. You know who I can say can motherfucking walk, baby? Who's a mother, honey, and who walks, and I love her dearly? Motherfucking Toya Ebony. Walks. She walks. You know what I'm saying? She walks. She walks. You know what I'm saying? That a perfect example. Yeah, we need them to walk, honey. We need them to walk. So, yeah, you know, for those in Philadelphia, go to the Icon Ball Aftermath. If anybody is going live, just tag me so I can look. Another thing, people with your phones, please stop crowding the runway so the people on live can see, please. So we can look and see what's going on. Okay. You're sitting there recording. If you don't have data on your phone, honey, there's no Wi-Fi in the building. So you're just freaking recording freaking clips, honey, so you can get views later when you post them. Stop the bullshit. Okay, we want to see. Yeah, for performance, sometimes for the Kiki. They never used friggin' performance as their primary category. They were walking shit like friggin' face and runway and all of that. That's exactly what they were doing. Brandon says, or at least be present and support your children and make sure that there's order in the house. Right. But I need them to walk. I need mothers to walk. I would get my best life when I see mothers walk. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them will walk face. Yes. Yes, she does. You know what I mean? A lot of them will walk face. A few walked realness. But a lot of them will walk like runway and foot and eyewear or perfect tens. Perfect tens. They would walk a lot. You know what I mean? Usually mothers really only came out for mini grand and grand prizes. They were rarely walking regular categories. Rarely. You know? Yeah, but we need to bring back the... Yes. Oh, who gave me that list? Greg says they need to bring back mothers like Monica. Yes. I was just thinking about her too. Cheyenne Allure, yes. Danielle Revlon, yes. Angie Extrava, Raquel Aga, yes. And Renee Caron, yes. Yes. These were femme queens that were visible in our scene. You saw them interacting with their children and visible at balls and walking. And walking. All of these ladies walked. A says, well, being that femme queens are the only purpose for ballroom, who else going to tell them to walk? Because mostly all the femme queens are the same. And they think that since they paved the way, they ain't ever got to do shit ever in life again but look cute. That's why they got me on this live freaking reading them. Because let me tell you how I don't mind. I don't mind. I do not mind. There's more. It's more than that. It's more than that. It's more than just fucking looking cute or halfway cute. Brandon, I'm voting you need Ambi for president or board member of the Ballroom National Society. I need a petition for this now. Lord have mercy. That'll definitely ruffle a lot of feathers. Bitch. That'll definitely ruffle a lot of feathers, honey. They ain't ready for that. They not ready for that. To try to bring fairness to something like ballroom. Oh, bitch, I'd be out. Bitch, I'd be impeached immediately. Bitch. Bringing something like fairness to ballroom, bitch, they would impeach me, bitch, the third day. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it like ballroom is just so big. It's so big. It's humongous. It's humongous. Especially when you have like other places, bitch, focusing on where ballroom originated and, you know, how things are over here with ballroom. You know what I mean? I just watched a video from a ballroom scene in South Africa the other day. Like, bitch, in 99 and 98, 97, when I was sitting there talking to my best friends, we knew ballroom was going to go big, but bitch, we had no idea that it was going to be this big. We had no clue. Y'all gonna stop calling me old, bitch, in history and all of that, bitch. Y'all freaking calling me a motherfucking Tyrannosaurus Rex, bitch. I don't appreciate it. Bitch, I am not that old. I'm not that old, bitch. You know, the thing about it is, all them years when I first entered ballroom, I had always been so, infatuated with everything, the whole dynamic, the butch queens, the femme queens, drags, bitch, just everything, the way everything was set up. And I just, I think that was the one that I saw, Dennis. They had a ball during the Afro-Punk Festival in Johannesburg last week. I think that may be the one that I looked at. Brandon says, fuck that, I'm going to the Senate and the Supreme Court of Femme Queens and Butch Queens in your era to support you. Oh, Lord. To support you. Case closed, grand prize, and welcome to Abby as your leader of the Ballroom Society. All right. That sounds nice. Bitch, Africa, oh, I need parts. Yes. And mind you, it wasn't like, it was like, bitch, it was fab. It wasn't like, it was like some of the other places, bitch, where they look like that they're, that they're copying or whatever. Bitch, it was not like that. That freaking ballroom scene was fab. It was fab. I was like, bitch, South Africa, you say? Bitch, oh, it was over. It was over. That freaking scene over there. Whew. It was crazy. It was so crazy. Everybody, just the way everybody was like bringing it. And I'm a really heavy avid believer in like respect for the runway, bitch, the whole like area of the ball, so to give people freaking room to freaking showcase what they're bringing. You gotta move people out the fucking way. Excuse me. They got a fucking phone all in your face, bitch, while you're fucking trying to walk. Bitch, come on. And then you wonder why. You wonder why people get enough of it. Could be it was all the way live. Those kids were having, yes, it was everything. It was everything. Boy, are you back? Boy, are you back? I missed you. Bitch, it was original, the old school, right? I love it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, and we could sit here all day and be like how ballroom used to be or whatever. But I really do think that not even femme queens taking over the main dynamic of ballroom. It's just bringing more of a balance. You know what I mean? You can't have too much feminine energy without some masculine energy there with it. And vice versa. You know what I mean? I just think that it should be a perfect balance in ballroom. That way, a lot of these freaking stupid bad decisions aren't being made. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Christelle, hi. Hi. A says respect and old school values supportive. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I used to try to like pacify and try to defend people from my generation by saying, oh, we were so, like all of this freaking shit that we've been through, and we're trying to, repair our lives from how ballroom, bitch, that's motherfucking being a victim. Because at any fucking given point, any of us, bitch, could have stepped up to the forefront, bitch, and we would not have this generational gap that we have right now in ballroom. I had to think about my freaking words of the shit that I said before. Bitch, it's not all about that, bitch. It's about, bitch, just coming together and supporting those and teaching those that are under you. We never did that. It's no shade. Greg says, what did you think of the ball last night? I know James tried to keep it fair and balanced. Well, I wasn't there. But the way that I'm talking, people would think that I was there, but I was not there. I watched it on several lives, 15 different watch parties that I had to do. And then I headed over to Instagram and watched the remaining, the remaining time on the ball. Shout out to Pampers, who was on Instagram. Shout out to the House of Tsitsi, house page that viewed the ball last night on Instagram. He said, couple of hot topics. Oh God. I really felt that this live was necessary because I actually feel a lot better about that topic that we talked about earlier, talking about status. And, you know, we have to realize that, like, when you conquer one category in ballroom, like what we used to do back in the day, there were people that used to walk multiple categories. You just did not walk one category. Once you conquered one category, you moved on to the next category and then conquered that one. So when you conquer one category, you don't become a certain thing or an icon or a legend or a pioneer in all of the categories because you conquered one. That's not how it goes. That is not how it goes. A says justification is like a lie when the repetitive facts are obviously still there. Like it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, and I used to justify and freaking rationalize our whole freaking entire generation of people that came out. Oh, we just got tired of it. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. No, we just were not there. We were not visible, and that is the reason why our generation doesn't get the respect, because we weren't there and we weren't visible for the ones that were under us. We weren't. Those that came up throughout the 90s, honey. By the time freaking 2003, 2004 came around, bitch, we were over it. And we weren't there. Hold on, let me go back. Oh my God, were you on that Aga Girls Live? Oh my God, bitch, my ear still hurts. I had to put it on mute a couple of times. Oh my God. Balenci! Oh, that wore me out. I love the House of Balenciaga down. But that was Maharia that was doing that. Maharia, girl, you tried that. Okay, hold on. Brandon says, stop the bad candor animosity between old and young. I agree with that. Also, folks, need better sportsmanship. Oh, yes, that's another thing. I'm going to get into that right now. And improve, because you're not going to win every ball and enjoy moments and highlights, icon, legend, or whatever. I can't explain it enough. And get out and do your best and have fun. Yeah. At the end of the day, ballroom is supposed to be fun. You know, you can't win them all. Like, bitch, there was times, bitch, I talk about this all the time. There was times, bitch, when me and Yolanda used to battle, bitch, and I knew I should have won, bitch. I knew I should have won. Bitch, they probably, bitch, in one of them balls, bitch, they counted the freaking votes wrong. And it's actually on YouTube if you want to research it. They actually counted the votes wrong, but bitch, what could I do about it? Bitch, was I going to perform? Bitch, was I going to end the ball? Like what could I actually do about it? There was times we battled, bitch, and she should have won. But there was times we battled, God rest her soul, that she shouldn't have, but still did anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that you can't control, especially when you are competing and you have a panel of judges. When one person votes for you and two other judges vote for somebody else, a judge only equals one vote, not 5, 6, or 7. I'm just going to put that out there. Like, a judge is only one vote. So if you don't get them this time, bitch, you will get them next time. And bitch, that next time, or maybe the time after that, or maybe the time after that, it will be undeniable. You know what I'm saying? It's better to get an undeniable win. When you get them wins, bitch, like 1U, 2U, 3U, 4U, 5U. That's an undeniable win, bitch. You'd rather have one of those. She did play all day. Brandon says, but also stop the corruption and have fair and effective functions. Well, it's not the functions that need to be fair and effective. It's the people. The people are the one that make up the. If there were no people there would be no function. So it has to be the people. You have to make sure that as a promoter that you're choosing fair and effective people. And if they're not fair and effective, then they shouldn't be on your panel. Hey, Sequoia. What's going on? Hi. Yeah, so, you know, that's it. You definitely have to have, what your preference is as far as like fair and effective people, like judging your function. You know what I mean? Like I said, them judges back in the day didn't have it, whether you were in their house or not. If you looked a mess, or you performed like you were a mess, or you didn't bring it like the category stated, honey, bitch, you were chopped. Bitch, by your own house member, house father, house sister, house brother, whoever. That's just how it went. But now, not to blame everything on social media, but through social media, everything is heightened. You know what I mean? People, are growing their status due to clips that are posted on social media. You know what I mean? Their image, their status, everything. But yeah, it starts with whoever's promoting the ball. That's where the idea of the ball starts. You know what I mean? And whether a ball is successful or not depends on who's promoting it and whose ball it is. You know what I mean? So all the decisions have to be made through them. From the judges to selecting the DJ to what categories they're going to have. All of that. You know what I mean? So, but shout outs to shout outs to the House of Icon. From what I saw, it was a very, very, very packed and successful function. But the only thing I'm going to say this too, the only thing I really didn't like, I didn't like James having to run around, and like he spent so much time, effort, and energy putting into the function. I really didn't like him freaking running around trying to keep order at his own ball. I didn't particularly care for that. But nonetheless, very successful, very packed, very crowded, and there's an aftermath tonight for those who want to go that are still in Philadelphia. 1336 Spring Garden. Put it in your GPS. Okay, Ace has a question. Ace says, how do you feel about the ball throwers picking judges that hasn't been to a ball over 20 years, that are lost, but being as though they have their name and respect? Do you think that it's fair to the participants? I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't think that that's fair. I think there has to be, no matter what your name is, you have to have some type of awareness of what ballroom is now. Because ballroom is constantly evolving. And bitch, if you are somebody who hasn't been to a ball to watch and be aware of the evolution of ballroom, no matter what the category is, then bitch, you're not in a position to judge, in my opinion. It's no shade. I mean, I do not believe that. If you're not visible within like 10 to 15 years, but you still follow ballroom and are aware of who the heavy hitters are and who does well and the evolution of ballroom, that's a different thing. But if you are totally oblivious of what ballroom is and how ballroom has evolved and haven't been around and aware in the last freaking decade and a half to 2 decades, then you are not in a position to freaking judge a function. I don't care who you are. I mean, that's just my opinion, but no. I mean, you're not in a position to judge that particular function. You know what I mean? Once you get to a certain status, your education doesn't stop in ballroom, because like I said, ballroom is constantly evolving. So if you're not around and visible, you're still in the same spot. You know, although I might not like what performance gives right now, I'm still in the position to be able to judge it because I know how the folks of this generation bring it. And I don't care how you bring it, as long as you are, you know, you have hands, you're bringing certain elements, you're catching beats, you know what I mean? And all of those things, that is what I look for when I'm judging. You know what I mean? No matter how Vogue has evolved, you know, past my era, that doesn't matter. Greg says, part of the problem is the girls don't do their homework when categories are calling for some specific things. The parents don't guide their kids to what categories best suit them. I agree with that. Instead of just, hold on, walking whatever. Exactly. Lastly, girlfriend panels, as you stated, pick judges that are fair, that have been visible in the scene and know the categories. Yes. Yes, I definitely agree with that. And that parents having a hand in what kids walk as opposed to what they want to walk is very, 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 very essential. And something that does not happen often at all. It doesn't happen at all, really. Emil says, what do you miss most about the voguing now compared to your generation? Emoting. Emotion. Emoting, short for emotion. The emotion behind the movements that you are bringing down, that you are voguing to. It's more than just hitting beats. If you have no emotion behind what you're doing, I'm going to say one name, that somebody that I know, Devo and Star. Both of them. These are people that put emotion into every movement that they bring on that runway. And that is what makes a performance. So shout outs to both of them. Destiny. As much as Destiny freaking hops on, climbs up ceilings, and freaking does backflips and jump flips and freaking triple sound cows and freaking all these freaking different somersault moves, there is emotion in every single move that child makes. That is the difference. That is the difference between what we just, you know, look at on YouTube and look at, you know, at these live feeds of these functions. That is the difference. I miss the emotion. The most subtle move doesn't take that much thought, but it's the emotion that you put in it is what can make freaking people feel it. Like, for instance, if I go something like this, just on beat, it's not effective as if I'm going something like this. That's more of me putting emotion in the move that I'm putting out there. Absolutely, baby. Yeah, it's the emotion behind, you know, what you bring out there. And those three people that I just named do that for me. And they are a part of this generation that we're in. You know. Yes. I'm so glad I did this, because see, every time I talk and get all of that stuff that be on my mind out, I feel so much better. Feel so much better. For those who follow me on Trans Talk Tuesday, I will be live on Tuesday. I haven't decided what I'm going to be talking about yet, but I will be talking about something. So Tuesday at 12:30, I will be live for Trans Talk Tuesday. And then Friday, I will be on live for readings. The NBC's readings will be back in full effect on Friday, as usual. Ace says, because you know what it gives now. Yes. Like, you know what I mean? And the majority of it, I am not pleased with. I am not pleased with, you know, what it is now. You know what I mean? There was a time where Femme Queen's backs didn't even touch the floor. Now, bitch, Bitch, they're freaking voguing like it's freaking open to all. Bitch, you know. What's going on, Auntie Jasmine? Yeah, it's crazy now. It is crazy. Backflips and stuff like that on girls. I mean, you know, I know we're in this whole era where gender don't matter and all of that. Honey, I understand all that. But baby. Greg says, who would you battle that you never had a chance to battle? There's really only one person that was really around back when I was around that I never got a chance to battle, and it's so hard to believe, but Janice. Me and Janice have a relationship inside of ballroom and outside of ballroom. We're very, very close. That's my sister, but all the years that we've never, ever, ever, ever battled. And we've actually been at balls together. You know, been at balls together, but bitch just never had. It's just never happened. I guess the commentator didn't say, you know, Nambi and Janice hit the floor. But yes, Janice. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me see. A category. It's crazy because, like I said, like back in the day, like femme queens would just not walk one category. Like I noticed, like a lot of girls find a category that they like and they hone in on it. And if they do change categories, it takes them so long to be able to get the confidence enough to switch categories because people are so used to them walking that one category. But it's insane. Like in my ballroom career, I haven't just walked performance. Performance is what I liked. I had to go through all these different other categories because bitch, they wasn't seeing me for my performance at first. So I had to go through all these categories. I've walked face, I've walked runway, I've walked foot and eyewear, and I've walked junior sex siren. Those are the categories that I have experience in. Greg says, who is an epic femme queen battle that you would love to see from your generation and the new generation? Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. From my generation and the new generation, I would love to see. I would love to. That is tough. That is tough. I would love to see from my generation. I would love to see Dee Dee. I would love to see Dee Dee and oh my God. I would love to see Dee Dee and oh my God, what is her name? I'm sorry, y'all. That I know who that was giving me all the notifications. I forgot to turn off the do not disturb. I know who that was. Oh my gosh, I can Dee Dee and Kamaya. That is who I want to see. I want to see. I would love to see Dee Dee and Kamaya together on the runway, battling with each other. I'm not going to say old. I'll say seasoned and new. Yes, Dee Dee and Kamaya. Yes. A says, when you coming back to Philly so I can set up a studio session so we can play? Oh. I may be in Philly awards ball weekend. I may or may not be in Philly awards ball weekend. I'm actually scheduled to come there. So we shall see. When's the awards ball? The 2nd? Yeah, I think I'll be down there the 31st, the 1st, the 2nd, and I'll be leaving on the 3rd. So, yeah. So awards ball weekend. I should be there. I'm not walking anything or anything. I just want to go and just promote and network and schmooze. And schmooze with the people. Yes. Yeah, so I don't know. I just want to come on here and talk about a few things. I talked about the status issue. We ended up talking about a lot of stuff today. I will be back on live on Tuesday and Friday for those who follow me on my different platforms. And the awards ball is February the 2nd. The awards ball is February the 2nd. The Dorian Corey Awards Ball is the 25th anniversary. That is February the 2nd, 2020. The address is on their event. It is on their event page. It's on their event page. Just type in 20th anniversary Dorian Corey or Dorian Corey Awards Ball. It'll come right up. And you can see the details for all of that. And yeah, and for those who are feeling generous, this is my last commercial. For those who are feeling generous and would like to donate towards Ballroom History, towards the Learn Your History website, and the costs associated with that. I've had it 4 years. I've been putting all of my money into it for the last 4 years. I got bills and things. So So if you are feeling generous and would like to donate to Ballroom History and to Learn Your History so I can get my 501c3 and become a nonprofit, U.S. nonprofit, the cash tag, it's at Cash App. The cash tag is Learn Your History. Cash tag, Learn Your History. A says, oh, damn it, that's my birthday weekend. I'll see. Okay. Greg says, what top epic femme queen battles would you love to see again in a winner take all battle from your generation? I would like to see Sanaya and Alyssa, definitely. I would like to see Christina and Letitia, and I would love to see my next battle will be from Beyond. God rest both of their souls, and if it could be possible, I wish it would be Yolanda and Alora. Boom, there's my 3. I wish it could happen. Yeah. So, I miss them. But yeah. Don't forget, follow me on all of my things. www.learnyourhistory.net. The Learn Your History Facebook page. Search Learn Your History on Facebook. And if you'd like to be generous, Cash App, #, Learn Your History. I love y'all. Share this live. We talked about a lot of good stuff here today. So share this live, and I will talk to y'all soon. See y'all.